What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Not Your Average Mark Wrestling Podcast. Got a hell of a show for you tonight. You may notice I'm the only face you see on the screen. There is good reason for that. Of course, we met our very first subscriber goal last week, and as promised, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I give you Baby Bruss. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you start a podcast.
No, stop already. I gotta get my chair. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's how you start. That's how you start a podcast. Of course, Little Guapo, the dancing man himself, Baby Brush.
Oh man.
Already catching it in the already catching it in the chat. Camilo saying Rikishi would be so proud right now.
Oh, I appreciate that. I really do, Camilo.
Oh man.
Oh, that was great. Of course, Bruss doing this because we met our very first subscriber goal. Jay Conrad Photography, Josh saying he wasn't expecting much from us.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. So what's up, guys?
What's
up?
Oh, man, how do you follow that? I mean...
That's what I was thinking when I saw that freaking intro. Ups for the guy right there. That was sick.
Commander's hat song, you know?
Manders.
Commander's
The
hat.
one called Manders right there.
One of the Manders right there.
Not very good. So.
And we're gonna talk about Manders here shortly. Everybody's got to take a breath after that tremendous performance there.
Oh, man.
Josh says, "Hey, Mikey and Rick, he's ready for the ring." So what a week we've had. Before we get started into our week in review, of course, we want to take a minute to thank the people who help us. We want to thank Mike. We want to thank Mike with BCW. We want to thank Rick with Squared Circle Pro for allowing us to be a part of you guys' family. We want to thank Ross and the guys from Labor 12 for our intro music. Track's called Head Rush, album's called Monsters. Great album. Check it out if you haven't already. Plus, they are opening August 26th right here in Lubbock for Incubus.
Incubus.
I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than that.
No. Appreciate y'all for the music.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm noticing at the top of the stream, we've got 3 new followers. So Devastator 1989, D-Zombie, and Fallen Shadow 4. Welcome to the show. Welcome to our channel. Thanks for the follow.
Appreciate all y'all. The what? Yeah, that was last week.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's get started with this. Man, I'm still trying to get past the dance. That was crazy. So we're going to jump into the weekend review. Just hit the highlights. But before we do, Bruce got something to say.
So some of y'all might have noticed I had the stream pulled up right here because, we had to turn the monitor off so it would have the nice ambiance. But we noticed that an ad went off while the dance was going on. So, all our subscribers that got us there didn't have to watch no ad. They got to see the whole thing. So all I'm saying is you're kind of missing out on content if you ain't subscribing. So if you got the time, drop a subscription down there. Get to see more little extras like that.
Yeah, the only thing better than a 10 subscriber breast dance is a 20 subscriber breast dance.
So, I don't know if we're gonna get another one of those out of me.
I mean, come on.
Oh, see, that's what I wanted to talk about with that is there's actually not a 20 subscriber breast dance. There is a 20 subscriber little guapo dance.
Oh,
Yeah, we just thought we would tell you now.
You're putting a lot on me there.
How about we cut the losses and do the fabled back in our bedroom days in Sundown, Texas, the tag team dance.
We got the room. I'm down.
Bet.
All right, so we got to get back on script here. Good Lord.
Anyway, yeah, let's
See, it's official in the chat now at 20 subs, little guapo dances.
It is what it is. It ain't what it
Official
can be.
now.
I tell you right now, I'm a better dancer than Bruss is.
I don't think you're beating that. I'll be honest.
You want to come on?
Find out. I'll let you know. The whole wardrobe, that was me.
Yeah,
I
he did
this.
it. He got the drip.
I did it.
All the drip.
All right, so let's get into this week in review. We'll hit the high spots on all of the national shows, SmackDown, Raw, Dynamite. We'll start SmackDown with Little Guapo.
First things first, it's absolute bull honky that LA Knight did not win the match to fight for the U.S. title.
Do I agree with that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone
that was
does.
absolutely terrible.
Some grade A gobbledygook.
And I get it. Santos Escobar won. I get it. Santos is a really good talent, and they're trying to push that next, Latino star, the passing of the torch with Rey Mysterio. But I think that's going to hurt Santos Escobar, the fact that LA Knight did not win, because the fans know that. There you go. Mikey's got it. Let's go. But the fact that LA Knight, the fans are so behind LA Knight, I think it's going to hurt Santos Escobar in the short term. I think long term it's going to be okay. But in the short term, it is.
Third place.
If they do something with LA Knight soon, then the short term it's going to be the only problem. If they don't do anything with LA Knight and they keep trying to push Santos Escobar, I don't think even the long term is going to work because everyone's still going to have to salt him.
Yeah, I've seen reports that they're planning a big push for him after SummerSlam. So
I've seen those too, but I'd like to.
I've seen, yeah. At this point, I'll believe it when I see it.
There's going to be a push after WrestleMania, a push after Rumble, a push after Money in the Bank, and now there's going to be a push after SummerSlam.
But yeah, so that was big in the night. The second big thing was the rules of engagement or whatever between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. They went to sign a contract, and Jey ripped up the contract and was like, "This is tribal combat. I talked to the elders, and they want tribal combat." And so Roman respected that, surprisingly. And Solo did not like that idea. And
I actually saw a video earlier today where Roman Reigns is not impressed with the fact that Jey was talking to the elders at all.
Yep, I saw that as well. Paul Heyman was crying. The elders told him. But yeah, that was the big, SmackDown is the Bloodline show. Also little snippets of, Bobby Lashley going around.
Yeah.
Seeing him talking to the Street Profits. Also seeing him talking to Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Just kind of all over the place. Maybe a new Hurt Business.
Like you said.
Keeping some people guessing.
Yeah. But, yeah, all in all, SmackDown was pretty good. Developed the
Camino's not wrong.
Oh, man.
Yep.
For those that are listening, Camino put in the chat, man, Solo's been staring at them tribal beads like they're old friends. And he ain't wrong.
Yeah, no. It's definitely going to lead to – we're going to have a Jey and Solo feud while Roman goes away for a little bit after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
and then I think we're gonna come back to Solo and Roman. I think that's kind of the route it's going. But
what I'm just wondering is when are the elders going to pull up?
yeah, well,
is that what's happening for WrestleMania 40?
there have been reports of The Rock being at SummerSlam.
Exactly.
I've heard these reports as well.
But I've seen it not there. There's two possibilities here. One, he's going to have a segment with Grayson Waller, or two, he's going to interfere somehow in the Bloodline affairs, setting up a future match.
Well, they could actually set up both of those by having The Rock trying to settle some things between Jay and Roman, and have Waller interject himself into that.
Yeah. Yep. But that was SmackDown. All in all, I'd say a show. They're it's always good. There's always, good match, at least, and good storytelling. So, I think it's SmackDown is firing on all cylinders at this rate. I saw that last week, SmackDown did like 2.3 million views, and you add all of AEW's shows up for the week, and it had like 2.2 million views.
Yep.
Pretty.
Yeah.
That says something.
We talked to Rick a week ago, and we were talking down like those stat lines, and the like average per SmackDown show is like a 2 million average, like 2.1, 2.2 million average, and AEW's average is 800,000. So SmackDown's just killing it right now.
Yeah.
So that moves us on to Raw.
Well, hold on. We got to get your grade for SmackDown.
I would say like, I got to go with an A. It's like exactly like you said, they're firing on all cylinders. They're doing everything right. Like nothing's coming out right now where I'm like, except for the LA Knight thing, which is why it's not an A+. But I know, like he said, we've studied things about, something happening after SummerSlam. So I'm not going to be all pressed about LA Knight losing till after SummerSlam, when they inevitably probably mess it up because he was supposed to get a push like a year ago.
Yeah, facts.
Well, and for me, I'm with you guys. I'm going to give it an A. I'm not happy about the LA Knight situation, but we got to give him a chance to rectify that. I don't think with the crowd behind him the way they are that you make him lose that match without some kind of plan for him moving forward.
Did you hear the pop? They totally just like weenie teased us. He came out with a mic.
Yeah. He teased us is crazy.
Yeah. Came out with the mic, and the pop was electric. It looked like he was about to cry. Like, it was crazy. All the signs. And,
And moving away from LA Knight, I agree with Camino, but you got the Bobby Lashley thing, and look what you called this early on. I really do think he's trying to put together a new Hurt Business. I think he's going to start taking the role that MVP had in the Hurt Business, though.
Oh no, he's gonna be he's gonna be the star. It's gonna be the same thing, but I don't know if they bring MVP in or not. I don't know how that's gonna go. I've seen
my thing
two different routes here, and we can get into that another time. But
Bobby Lashley's been gone for so long already. He can't be put in that role. Like, he just can't. They'll be missing out on way too much freaking revenue for having Bobby Lashley.
I agree, but I almost wonder if because he's been gone so long, is he nursing an injury?
I don't know. I've read that he's completely healthy. They're just trying to introduce a new gimmick.
Yep.
So or rework his gimmick.
Yeah, that's what I've seen, is that they're trying. It's like a rework, I think is the best word for it.
According to Mike, the rumor is it's a new nation.
Yeah, well, he may be. I'm more of a decimals guy, me personally, but
okay. So that's been corrected now. It's factions, not fractions.
More of a
all in all, even with the LA Knight thing, I'm with you guys. It's an A on SmackDown.
Especially with the Bobby Lashley thing. Because of where you're saying it's going to go, I mean, it's got to go there. Anyways, so now we're on to Raw after the A show that was SmackDown. We got to see, my big thing was we got to see Drew McIntyre and Gunther. Oh man, I mean, it's exactly what you wanted it to be, just like it was when Drew McIntyre came back. I mean, it was amazing. They're building stuff for SummerSlam, and I would not want to see anything else for that title.
Yeah.
Then we had my match of the night for Raw. We had Bronson Reed and Tommaso going, and yeah, man, Bronson Reed is still my favorite rookie there in the show right now, because I mean it's just he's a phenomenal wrestler and puts over his opponents very well. And getting to see this, we got to see Tommaso put Bronson Reed, this ginormous 350 plus man, on his shoulders and backdrop him.
Mm-hmm.
And right before he got the pin down, we got to see Shinsuke Nakamura, who's got beef with both of them. So it was really cool to see that. Then we got to see, Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark.
You knew who was winning that. What a dumb stipulation that was. You got to get Trish or thank you Trish tattooed on your chest. All right, well we know what's happening.
Yeah, we know exactly where that's gonna go. I completely agree with you there that it was an interesting
done without the stipulation.
Yeah, it was an interesting stipulation for a different people, but not for those two.
So I got to throw something out there, going back to the Drew match for just a second. Camino put in the chat that Drew looks phenomenal. I took a minute while we were watching that while Drew was coming out, to pull up a picture of Drew early on in his career.
Crazy.
Show Mama Bruss the difference. And she didn't believe me it was the same person.
I didn't. When I first started watching wrestling again and I saw Drew McIntyre, I was like, that's not the same guy, right? It's a different Drew McIntyre. It's got to be. Because the Drew McIntyre from, was it 2009?
It was this big around.
Yeah, it looked like me.
Baby face, no body hair, naked little guy. I mean,
naked little guy.
That's what he was.
But yeah, especially now, it looks like he's at his freaking prime. When he came out last week, I mean, he was, and now it's in this match. I mean, it's been exactly what we would hope it was, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
The Scottish psychopath. That's who I want to see.
Did you notice we're not doing kilts, we're not doing swords? I really think we're moving to that Scottish psychopath.
Yeah, I hope
I'm excited. And then kind of just ended off. There was a little Judgment Day segment with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and then there was Seth Rollins and Finn Balor got their match squashed in, ready to go for SummerSlam.
And we're not okay. One thing, Sammy challenged Dom for the North American title,
Yep.
and Rhea said yes. And we're just not going to skip over the fact that they were backstage talking, and Dom told Rhea, "Mommy's always right, just like Monty's always on top." They knew what was going on there.
I forgot about that.
Come on now.
Now, we need to talk about the most devastating thing that happened on Raw.
Two things.
Yeah.
Liv is hurt.
And Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Kevin got hurt too, but Liv
Yeah.
is hurt.
Again.
Yes.
Again, yes.
It's been a month.
Not even. They won it back it was 2 weeks ago.
Well, and putting the jokes aside about how much I like Liv, from what I understand, what they're doing is for Liv and for KO both is they've got some injuries they need to let heal, and this was their way of writing them off TV for a little bit so they can nurse those injuries.
Yeah. Oh, one thing he said Charlotte Flair, and I just remembered SmackDown. Charlotte Flair and Io Sky had a match. Banger. It was so sad that the crowd was so dead because it was such a good match. Oh my gosh. They killed it.
And I'm digging the idea of the Io Sky face turn.
Yeah. And then you had the the Shotzi vignette, of course, that happened. But yeah, we can go back to Raw. I forgot about the Charlotte Io Sky match until he said Charlotte Flair. But what a banger match that was.
Yeah, I agree. That was probably worth mentioning. Again, I want to go back to Drew McIntyre's match with Kaiser. That was, I mean, it was above expectations, and expectations were pretty high after seeing him and just like coming back. So, I mean, with that, and then with Logan Paul and Ricochet making their match official.
Ricochet is so not good on the microphone.
Bro, yes.
Not
You
good.
can't go against someone like Logan Paul who's on a mic like 18 hours of a 24-hour day and have Ricochet there. Like
Yeah.
he's
Ricochet's this is his big like opportunity, and at least on the microphone, he is squandering it.
yeah, absolutely.
Logan Paul is mopping the floor with him in promos.
And then there was Damian Priest and Apollo Cruz's match. Pretty big.
Who's back?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
first time we've seen him since he got drafted.
Yeah. So it's nice to see him in a match, but I mean, we all knew where it was going. So I mean, I wasn't really invested into it at all. But it was nice to do, hear his music kid, watch him come out. That was nice. But for me, that was the best part of the match. I mean,
And Liv and Kevin Owens legitimately hurt, not kayfabe hurt, both really hurt. So the rumor is now that the tag titles won't be defended at SummerSlam. I don't know how that's going to go.
yeah.
But we'll see.
You can't like sub it to where the guys are hurt, so you do the girls, but they're both gone.
Yeah, facts.
What are they gonna do? For me, Mike, you're completely
Yes,
right.
I'm
The match,
not arguing that.
100% might steal the show. Just might. I mean,
It's definitely going to be a fire match.
Yeah,
it's gonna be heat.
I just mean like I said, promos. He's killing him in the promo.
And it wouldn't be as bad if he was up against someone like Damian Priest, for example. But but I wouldn't say it'd be much better, but it's just so bad to put him against someone that like has some of the best, like most experience with a mic and talking to crowds and all this in the business right now.
I was really hoping that it would be LA Knight and Logan Paul, because that would be magic.
The mic work on that would be outstanding.
And Santos Escobar is winning 100%.
Yeah.
Santos Escobar is going to go to SummerSlam or SmackDown, wherever it is, and he's going to win the U.S. title. It's going to happen.
I'd love to see Ray win it, but Ray is at a point, I believe, in his career where he's doing much like Shawn did, much like Trips did, much like Cena has done. He's putting people over, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Is he's going to put over Santos Escobar.
Yeah, it's going to be like a
agree with
passing the
Jeb.
torch situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jeb, you're so right about that.
Especially Escobar got the clean win on SmackDown against Austin. Like, I have no doubt at all that Escobar is going to be United States champion in the next month.
Is that what it should be? No. Should be LA Knight?
Yeah.
Here we are. But I do completely agree with you. It's definitely
I've seen that there is a planned deal for LA Knight at SummerSlam that could possibly turn into a match, but we'll just have to see
what is a possibility that they could take. Because I don't know. Right now, I'm not seeing like a set where he's going.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where he was going. So the only thing I could think, and it would just depend on, I'm thinking Logan wins the match with Ricochet, gets some big, ego about him, something, and then they make exactly what you're saying happen, because it's been something that I've been really wanting since I've seen both of them, especially after WrestleMania. I've been like, these two need to make something happen. And it's a way to push him without it being a mainstream title thing, because they're obviously not a fan of that with LA Knight, but it also elevates both of them.
Yeah.
My only concern with, they may do something with him in SummerSlam is it was the same thing at WrestleMania. He's going to be there, and they're probably going to do something with him, and they didn't.
Yeah. Same with Bobby Lashley.
Well, I've also another rumor. I love the rumors around this time. You got maybe The Rock coming back. You got maybe Bray Wyatt coming back. You got maybe Randy Orton coming back. I mean, there's all kinds of rumors going on of people returning. So we'll have to, SummerSlam. It's going to be exciting. Just got to tune in.
I believe next podcast or the podcast after that is going to be our predictions.
So next podcast is predictions.
So yeah, be there. We're going to have some guests on. So we'll have not just this ugly mug, out here talking about it. So make sure y'all are there for the predictions. But yeah, sorry, I've been talking way too much about Raw.
Well,
okay. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, sure, okay. For mine, I gotta give it, I would say a flat B. I mean, not too much impressive stuff. There is some, Bronson Reed with his match and Shinsuke coming through.
Tweener Shinsuke. We just need a full heel turn from Shinsuke.
That'll be nice.
Cool to see.
That'll be real nice. Yeah. So for me, it's a solid B. It's not much worse. It's just kind of an average show for Raw right now. And in light of SmackDown, it kind of brings it down a little bit.
I can go with B. I think it was a great show, but I think what hurts Raw is the fact that it's a 3-hour show. It's very reminiscent at this very time of the Evolution Raw, back when, half of the show was built around Evolution, kind of that same way with the Judgment Day right now. Like I said, being a 3-hour show, you kind of have to do that. So I don't think it's bad. I just think that
to do so much more.
Yeah, I just think that a 2-hour show would be much better.
Wow.
And at that point, I think it would hurt SmackDown.
Then there'd be too much. I mean, there already is probably
too much bloodline.
Yeah,
but
I think 2 hours is a solid show. But I mean, they're obviously made it work for years with 3 hours. But I just think we would have a better overall product if it were a 2-hour show.
Well, and I'm going to go with you guys. I'd give it a B. I'd give it a B plus, but they hurt Liv. I mean, no, seriously, I like the heat they're building between Shinsuke and Ciampa. I think that's going to turn into something that could be really good. I hate to say it like this because people are not going to like it, but it is what it is. I'm getting stale feelings from a lot of the stuff they're doing with the Judgment Day. Not individually, but as the Judgment Day group, it's starting to get stale.
And especially because they're kind of putting a lot of effort into their solo stuff. Like they all have their own kind of routes. Like Rhea and Dom are still together. Everything they're doing is pretty locked in. But Finn and Damian just seem so far out from each other that the all of Judgment Day to me is. I agree with you there.
I saw something on Facebook that really made me laugh. Buddy Matthews and Ray's sister dated for a while.
Really?
Yes, like on screen, like they were an on-screen couple as well as a real life couple. And saw something that Dom should just do like a huge turn and all of this be revenge for Buddy Matthews breaking Aaliyah's heart. So now Dom's going to break Rhea's heart because that's Buddy Matt. I was like, that is so stupid.
That's wild.
The connection there is just funny.
I mean, you got to go way big circle for that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty. That's funny, though. That's funny.
So I'm just going to hit the high points of Dynamite for this week.
Adam Cole and MJF. There you go.
Bingo, you did it.
Highlight.
See, there it is. We're done. All right. We are going to talk about that, though. Adam Cole and MJF. What the hell? I want to hate this so much. I want to hate this because it just feels unnatural, but it's comedic gold.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
MJF promised Adam Cole, he gets a rematch for the title, and Roderick Strong did not like that.
Yeah.
Was not a fan.
Wasn't happy at
Adam Cole told him, boundaries. That's what he said.
They're so funny, dude.
So we started the show off with Orange Cassidy going against what I consider to be a very, very underrated AR Fox. Like it was kind of cool because before the match started, you had Darby Allin talking about how he drove out to this school and AR Fox was there and I learned so much from him and I was sleeping in my car and he said, well, you're going to come live with me for free because he knew I didn't have any money and just really built him up. But AR Fox definitely underrated. Orange Cassidy, it was a good match, but Orange Cassidy got the win on that one. After the match, Cassidy puts the shades on AR Fox. AR Fox takes them off, breaks them, and Mox comes in and starts just waylaying Orange Cassidy. And you got Darby Allin comes out and is just giving the business to AR Fox. You know, what are you doing? Why did you do this? So, and I bring that up because that's going to be important later. We get a return in Pac, or as we know him, Neville.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you say Pac, and I'm thinking X-Pac every time.
The best Pac.
He beat Gravity, who is Bandito's little brother. It was a good match. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
It's funny because Neville used to be called the man who gravity forgot or something like that.
Yep.
That was like one of his little nicknames back in.
And now he's going against Gravity.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Probably the match I was waiting for most in this show, Darby Allin finally in a match, one-on-one with Swerve Strickland. This match fell a little flat for me. I mean, it was good, don't get me wrong. Anytime you put the two of them in a ring together, it's going to be a good match, but it was not their best match they've had by far.
I just cannot get behind Darby Allin, really, because it's always just a spot fest. And
It is.
that's not interesting to me. That's why I'm not a big AEW fan.
That's a lot
That's
of it.
all. Yeah, that's all it is spots for the most. I mean, you have a few good like technical wrestlers, but you got people wanting to go in and just do stupid stuff. I don't know.
And you have MJF and Adam Cole. I mean,
Yeah.
but so Darby Allin had come out there and yelled at AR Fox about what happened. AR Fox comes out and starts getting at Darby, and that's what caused him to lose the match to Swerve Strickland. So, like I said, it kind of fell flat for me. After that, we had Dr. Britt Baker versus Taya Valkyrie. This match was a lot more physical than I thought it was going to be. Like, these ladies went at it. Maybe the best match of the night for me. Britt Baker wins it clean with a submission. It was this rivalry is not over. Like, I'm excited to see them go at it some more because this was such a good match.
Taya Valkyrie loses more than Ruby Soho. It's crazy.
That needs to be on a shirt. I lose more than Ruby Soho.
It's ridiculous.
Hashtag LWO.
Yeah.
So we ended the show up with a 3-team tag match, a tag triple threat. You had Mox and Castagnoli versus the Lucha Brothers versus the Best Friends. You got what you expect. The BCC was out there, and they're trying to send a message to everybody, to the whole locker room. So they're just dominant out there and beating on everyone. Cassidy comes out because earlier in the show, Mox beat him up. But Cassidy comes out and gets beat up by Mox again, but that lets the Lucha Bros get in there and get the pin. They win 1, 2, 3. Match is over. Lucha Bros are the winner of the match. All in all, not the best outing from AEW Dynamite, but I mean, it's a weekly show. You can't put out bangers every week.
Yeah.
You have to let the talent breathe every now and then. And I think that's what this was. I don't think they're hurting for storylines or anything. I just feel like everybody's taking a breath for a second before they move forward.
Fair. That's very fair. Yeah, I think that's a fair grade. B-. I'll go with that.
I'm gonna say a C on it personally, just because it was like you said, it kind of felt like a breather show, and with
Biased.
how AEW is.
He's being biased.
There was just a lot of spots, and it was, little bit. Not a big fan.
They are better than you, and you know it, baby.
Baby. No. Baby.
Bay.
It's not baby.
There's an
Baby.
A in there, another one.
So we are going to move into a show that was an absolute A+.
Baby.
Yeah, there's
My bad. Sorry.
the B- show that was AEW with its triple threat tag team. How about we move to S.C.P's Headlocks and Heatwaves with the 6-man double it tag team.
Double it.
It was such a great show from start to finish. Nothing but energy. We had all ringside seats. It was great.
Yeah.
It was 13 people, really, not
honest.
12, because we'll get there. But
We'll get to that and explain why there were 13 people in there. But we're going to start at the top of the card. We started off the night with Nova Phoenix and Victoria Mosh. Good match. Lots of back and forth in that one. Nova Phoenix getting the win in the end. So she's starting her climb, make her way back up to that women's title. So I was excited to see that. What'd y'all think?
it was pretty solid. Good match. Good,
Yeah.
it was good dark match, I guess, is kind of what it was.
Yeah,
Pre-show match. Yeah. Good. It was a great, it was the hook being set for the rest of the night. And they did a great job at that.
We had our friend Roy there, who hasn't really come to any of these shows before, and that was his first taste of it, and he was blown away by it. So great job.
All right, so we went from that to a longtime friend of the show, Justin Taylor, against Marquise Jackson. This was a very physical match all by itself, but we went all the way to a 15-minute time limit draw.
Yeah, it was just super technical. Both of those dudes they were going blow for blow with each other.
There was like 3 spots in there where they were doing like the same stuff back and forth.
Yeah, it was
Like,
an
it was
amazing.
cool.
And they were not happy about the 15-minute draw.
Neither was anyone in the crowd.
No one.
So not happy about it, with the whole crowd chanting 5 more minutes. TJ Mundell came out and said, you know what, that's it, it's over. And
I need my mans to speak up a little bit. It's hard to hear him when he talks.
Facts. Especially when everyone's changing 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Marquise Jackson looks TJ Mundell in the face and says, 5 more minutes in this match or I'm going to beat your ass. So, that's how intense.
5 more minutes.
So, we're going to see more of this. Like, there's going to, you see what I deal with on the daily? There's going to be more of this match. This is not the end of Justin and Marquise Jackson.
Which is great to see.
After that, we get Thomas Silva going against the Devil Dog, Dustin Mosley. Dustin Mosley not getting very much hype from the crowd.
No. The complete, I wouldn't say he wasn't getting hype. He was not getting cheered. That's for sure.
He was damn sure getting
Far, he was far
much-
from getting cheered.
Very many jeers for that man.
Yes. I think I heard many explicits. I might have said a few. I don't know. The show
In the
just
heat of the moment.
Yeah, the show just enters your veins, and then those F-bombs just start coming out. And it's like, whoa, where did that come
Wait
from?
a minute.
come from.
Yeah.
Thomas Silva getting the win in this one. And what was a good match? You look at Thomas Silva, you look at Dustin Mosley, and there's quite the size difference there. So to see Silva get in there and get the pin on a much larger Devil Dog, it was
Roll up victory.
Yup, that's how you get it.
After that, we had our first women's tag match. We had a debuting Olivier Vagos with Reza Clark against also debuting Morgan Mercy and Evelyn Carter.
All right. Somewhere in between this, Bloodlust came to the ring.
Oh, no, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
It was, I believe it was after this. No, it was before this.
It
match.
was before that, yeah.
All right, yeah, so Bloodlust comes to the ring, and they're talking about the fact that they've got the champion's advantage because there's going to be a tag team battle royal to figure out who they go against, and then Fate International
These guys.
Dante King and Ocean Avery.
Oceano.
I got some things I'm going to say about them later that you might want to put the kids to bed for. But they
Yeah,
come
I
out.
don't remember, by the way, before prefacing this, we were like, there was some good favor with them in this here podcast.
Yeah, we had a nice conversation with Paula.
Even Guapo was out there cheering for him. He was wanting to see them win.
You know,
But we'll get to that.
We'll come full circle later.
but they come out to the ring. They slide in the ring while Bloodlust is out there and take them down. And then Dante King decides to pull out the brass knucks and take out Lilith Blood.
Man.
Like,
We went back. We went to the Bloodlust table for intermission. She had a whole like big old pad with blood on it on her head because
That messed her up.
Yeah.
yeah, it was bad. So bad that,
Come on.
Thank you.
I mean, the guy is correct.
Bunch of bitches.
But you can't keep Bloodlust down, and we'll explain that here in just a minute. But we got the women's tag match, Livia Vegos and Reza Clark winning that match. It was a good match. There was a lot of back and forth in that. It was a really good match, and I don't know. I'm a fan of Morgan Mercy. I like the way she wrestles in the ring. She's just a powerhouse.
Correct.
I think Missy Hyatt had something else to say.
Well, yeah, Missy Hyatt did have something to say about that. After that match, we had our triple threat. You had TJ Slater, Gabriel Alexander, and JC Bravo all in the ring at the same time, and it was a great match. Like, I enjoyed all the back and forth in it. TJ Slater, though.
I was like, his superset spots are just, every time they just blow me away.
It's insane to see him take Gabriel Alexander, put him on his shoulders, and look at one side of the ring and squat, and walk over to the next side of the ring and squat. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
That's just
Freaking
like
crazy.
playing with your food at that point.
Yeah, he's going places there in SCP.
Oh, absolutely he is. And of course, it goes without saying TJ Slater getting the win in this one. But what a match, man. It was a great match. Now, I will say, he's going to have to work on his people skills. Because when he walks to the ring, takes a bottle of water like this away from a dude, opens it up, pours it on his son, hands it back to the dad, and just keeps walking.
You know what I'd have done if he did that to me? I'd have sat there.
Now you damn right.
I looked at him.
Yeah. I'd have said, thank you, sir.
So now we come to our tag team.
Before we move on, I want to agree with the guy here. He is a really good heel, though.
He is.
He's really good at his job. And we're kind of building a little something for Gabriel Alexander, so that's gonna be nice. With his like whole loss, and we're obviously building TJ, but how Gabriel's been. It's hopefully I'm thinking something's coming. That's what I got at the end of the match, at least.
And then JC, we'll find out later what he's got going on.
Yup.
Oh, no. Now, at the end of this match, we did find out a little something. No, it wasn't the end of this match. It was a different match. Well,
Yeah.
JC's going to be back in this in just a minute.
Yes.
But that brings us to we had gotten a report from TJ Mundell that the tag match is in the air because Lilith is hurt and they're checking into concussion protocol, all that good stuff. We get another update that says Lilith can't go. Like, she's hurt, she can't wrestle, so the tag titles are not going to be defended. And if you know anything about Bloodlust, specifically Damian Blood, it doesn't work like that.
Nope.
That man chooses violence every day, and Saturday was no different. He came to the ring on fire and said, what you're going to do is you're going to put me in this tag team battle royal, and I'm going to fight. And, of course, battle royal rules, whatever team is left standing at the end is going to be champ. So TJ decided to go with it, and we start getting teams coming out. And the first team to come out while Damian's sitting up there doing his thing, just waiting in the ring, was Fate International. And they made a lap around the ring. Of course, not getting in the ring because, I wouldn't want to face Damian Blood either.
Yeah, no.
Being some little pansies.
What Seraph said earlier.
Uh-huh. So let's put the kids to bed for just a second. Y'all sit down, get comfortable. Uncle Guapo going to tell you a story.
But you're my dad.
So let me paint this picture for you. We're sitting here enjoying ourselves. The three of us are having a great time.
I got my beer. I'm drinking. It's nice.
Got some drinks, except for him. He didn't have.
Yeah. Loser. Underage.
I had a Dr. Pepper.
But we're having a good time. And here comes Fate International. And they want to come start talking noise to your boys. Running them out. I believe.
Ocean disrespected the stash.
Oh,
He was talking about your mustache.
All right. And that hurt. And I will never forgive him for that.
Not only was there some disrespect to the stash, I believe Dante King leaned over to me and said he would, and I'm quoting here, beat my old ass. At which point I found it necessary to stand up and give him just such the opportunity that he did not take.
Okay.
Well, I may be remembering wrong, but what I remember is, there was a couple of staff members kind of walking around the ring doing their job. And there was a little, I saw Ocean Avery talking mess on him.
I'm going to tell you what. So before his story, so here's what I saw happen. All right. I go to put my beer down and I look up and Guapo and Dante are like slap boxing over some dude's head. And I'm like, what is going on? So I go to stand up and then Ocean Avery smacks my hat off my head. Now I'm mad. I'm like, you son of a. And then Brush steps in and it was just. Those dudes.
And then Paula got in our face.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, I thought we were friends. Get your boys under control.
So here's my thing with that. They want to talk to noise, but you know what? I said it in a TikTok earlier this week, and I stand by it today. We here at the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling Podcast are consummate professionals. So no, Fate International did not get the smoke that they should have got. Let them go on.
Well, it might be coming if Mike's down for you. So
yeah, Mike, we got this.
We're bringing the smoke.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that to them, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm a little salty with Fate International after we talked so nicely about them. They want to come bump their gums. All right, we got you.
Paper time.
Finally getting the ring. What started them talking trash to us is Stonewall Remsen came out. They are running their mouth nonstop right up until Stonewall Remsen shows up, and then they ain't got nothing to say.
They're real quiet.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard Dante say something about "Hello, sir, how are you?" But
I thought he looked up and asked him what he would like to drink this fine evening, something like that.
Something like that. But they got really quiet, and we pointed that fact out to them. So
and instead of fighting, Stonewall, they're over here arguing with some not your average marks instead of being in the ring like they're supposed to be.
So then Stonewall comes up to him, and they're all, "Did you say something?" "I didn't. Did you? Was it like they were not saying nothing?" Then Stonewall and his teammate get in the ring, and they're still outside. They still outside the ring.
Here comes Downfall Cathedral and just pushes right by him, which I thought was hilarious. Like, get out the way.
And again, instead of talking trash to the person they supposed to be in the ring with, he bumps them, turn around talking more smack to us instead of doing their job.
Right. Take my hat off my head, slap Guapo's off the top of his head. All I'm trying to say, before, we're going to move on from this because we are professionals here, but y'all don't want that smoke.
Hashtag pow pow.
Yeah, hashtag pow pows in the chat right now for Fate freaking
right. Hashtag pow pows in the chat.
Somebody need to come handle that.
Yeah, come on.
Bunch of bitches.
Come on.
So we finally get Fate International in the ring with everybody else, and it was good. I mean, the match was good. I was impressed by Downfall Cathedral. Holy crap.
They were awesome.
These are awesome.
Yeah, they were great. They reminded me a lot of Guerrilla Militia and BCW. They were just...
How much I would love to see them and Guerrilla Militia go at it.
Mikey. Get on that. All
Hint,
day.
Mikey, hint.
So you had to outsource, that where we're just kind of pointing you in the direction.
All in all, it was a great match. I mean, it really was. And there was this bump. Oh man.
I wish it would have went the other way.
Ain't that the truth?
I believe it was
Dante King.
it was Dante and I think it's Ryan is his name.
Yeah.
They're out on the side, they're on the apron, and Ryan looks out at the crowd and says, "Move!" And it was like the parting of the Red Sea. Just everybody was gone because
I was screaming. I was like, "Move! Hurry! So you can do it!"
so he's about to throw Dante into the chairs, which I would have been justified.
Power bombing. Yeah.
Power bombing straight out there, but of course, Ocean Avery comes and hits him off the ropes, and he flies into the chairs, and it was ugly. Man, it was ugly. Like, I wasn't sure he was going to get up.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So, because of that, of course, the Fate International won the tag team title.
Yeah, by cheating, you damn dirty dogs.
Everybody at the beginning of the match went after Damien. Damien was the first person out. I mean, Damien put everybody down. Like, he put up a hell of a fight.
Except for Fate International, because they were outside of the ring like a bunch of bitches.
Now, can we take a little detour and talk about Damian Blood real quick?
Let's do.
All right, so Damian Blood's got the anger of a husband in the ring right now, and he's all 12 men are going after him in this now 13-man match. He gets thrown out immediately, and he's on the ground like screaming real bad, and I'm like, I get you're mad, but what is all that about? I think Guapo can take it from here because I think he's got the information.
Yeah, after getting a chance to speak with some of the officials and getting a chance later to speak with Damien himself, Damien definitely hurt his ankle in that match, and we're wishing him, of course, a speedy recovery. Going to be out for a little bit. Got to fix that. Got to fix that up. We hope to see him back soon, but it was a pretty gnarly injury.
Yeah.
And just think, at some point that could have been somebody from Fate International, but I'm not going to say that because
because you're a professional.
I wish it was them. I wish Dante would have got powerbombed. Would have been awesome.
That would have been great.
I would have been
Crazy.
I would have been crazy.
Woo! Yes. If anybody from Squared Circle Pro is listening right now, first off, if anybody from Fate International is listening, y'all don't want it. We need to have a talk because you put my son's hat off his head once, and that's all you get.
It's gonna be backwards.
Put that out there, that's all.
You ain't even gonna have the chance.
So, to my friends from Squared Circle Pro, somebody needs to go handle that. You need to.
They got these titles that are, how did you put it? Paper titles.
Paper titles. They don't mean nothing.
They mean zero.
Zilch.
So someone needs to go get them.
Somebody needs to go after them titles. And whoever it is, just know we are behind you because we ain't behind them. That's for damn sure.
We'll talk to Rick, see if we can get in some ring work ourselves. We got to, man. One of y'all go up because they need to go.
We're going to take a breath real quick because we get a little heated talking about them and thinking about that injury to Damien. But it was at that point we took our intermission and everything kind of cooled down a little bit. We came back and, I need to throw it out there. Justin Taylor in the chat. Justin, thanks for the brother. Happy to see you here.
Yeah.
We were just talking about you a little bit ago.
Yeah.
So appreciate it, man.
We come back from intermission and we've got LC Mox going against Dylan Scott, and it's been a long time coming for this match. There's been a lot of animosity between these two, and you could tell it when the match started because they just went to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah, LC Mox, that dude just oozes charisma. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just all gas, no brakes.
We also had one of the matches I was looking forward to, and like Bruce, you said it, I agreed with you. Cesar Torres and Emilio Guzman in a tape fist match. By far, it was a sleeper match of the night. I mean, it was such a good match.
It was really freaking amazing.
So
They had everything that you want in a wrestling match. They had storyline going into it. They had great spots, just good moves. They had like a little special thing happen at the end. I mean, it was everything that I watched WWE for in that match.
no, absolutely. And
Good.
over in the chat, we got Justin saying thanks for the kind words, man. Thanks for all the matches. This has been
For real.
Yeah, it's been cool.
watching you wrestle, man. Can't wait to get you on the show live. We're going to work on that.
But in this, tape fist match, I heard probably the loudest pop with a belt I've
Ooh.
heard since Baby Bruce got his pow-pows as a small child.
Well, and that came from Tio.
Yeah.
Jason Bravo when the match was over, he said, okay, it's over. You guys have to stop this. And Cesar Torres just pushed him off. So Tio took the belt off and just,
Me. Yep.
said, you want to act like a child? Cool. We'll handle this like a child. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there for you that weren't there.
I think he called him more than a child.
I'm trying to keep it family friendly. But no, there's going to be a match come September 16th. It's going to be Cesar Torres and JC Bravo in a strap match.
The strap.
That's
That
going to be
would be
lots of
fire.
loud, painful pows. So,
All the pow-pows in
All
every
yeah,
way.
they got the slipper. I mean,
Yeah, got hit with it. Okay, in the triple threat, the first thing that happened, and it was funny as could be, was JC Bravo ran over to TJ Slater and hit him with the chancla. And it ran away. It was so funny.
It was hilarious.
We went into another grudge match right after this. You had Aaron Harms and Phoenix going against Bam Bam Malone and Damo McCullough. I mean, you knew this was going to be a match. Anytime you put Damo and Phoenix in the same ring, somebody's getting hurt.
And
the only
anytime you put Damo and Bam Bam together,
the only thing,
Nolan Phillips.
yeah, Nolan Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing better than this match was the announcement after this match.
Oh, absolutely. This match went back and forth. Aaron Harms and Phoenix win the match by DQ because, of course, as Nolan does, Nolan got involved and
Punch Nitro right in the nuts.
punch the ref in the nuts. I mean, who does that? Nolan Phillips, that's who does that.
Yeah, that's who does that.
So Phoenix is just livid, just absolutely livid. TJ Mundell comes out, starts setting up the match. There will be a match September 16th, and it's going to be against Aaron Harms, Phoenix, Bam Bam, Damo, and Nolan Phillips. And they're going to throw all 5 of these people in a cage. It will be a cage match.
Steel cage match.
So we're
In
gonna
Lubbock,
see,
Texas.
We're gonna see the Armadillo and the Jackal plus Nolan Phillips in a 3-on-2 cage match
At Jake's back.
at Jake's Backrooms.
That's
You mean to
crazy.
tell me that just this bar at the corner of a street in Lubbock is gonna have a cage match with 5 dudes?
You're missing out. If you're not there, you are missing out.
And we'll get to talk a little later about just how crazy they get in that venue. So, man,
So after that match goes on, we have Gino Rivera come out. And this is one of the ones I was waiting for as well. It's a gauntlet match for the Square Circle Pro Heck Yeah Radio iPay-per-view match. Of course, Gino Rivera, the champ, part of Fate International, and he comes out with his boys who got to come over and bump them gums again.
Talk some more. That's all they do. Talk, 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 talk.
But that's all right. They can talk because while they're talking, our boy Jeb Bingham, got my Jeb shirt going on right there. our boy Jeb Bingham comes out and is ready for a match. And it was that. It was just that. It was a match. Got a lot of back and forth. Jeb doing a good job. Gino gets the roll up with a handful of tights. Gets the 1, 2, 3, but he's holding the tights. The ref doesn't see it. So Jeb's first man out, which shouldn't have been that way, but it was.
I'll be honest. Especially with after Fane International talking all they were, I was pissed.
Yeah.
So after that, the certified go-getter Draven Reeves comes out and just starts waylaying Gino. It was great. There's a lot of back and forth in that one. Gino finds a way to get the roll up, puts his feet on the ropes, and gets the pin.
Oh my god.
This guy and his dirty, dirty wins. You dirty, dirty dog.
Not once, but twice now, Gino's cheated to win his match. And out comes Chris Watson.
I was yelling at that ref. By the time Chris Watson came out, I was yelling at that ref.
We can't say the things that you two were saying to that ref on this podcast. Just put that out there.
He should have done better. He was getting it. He was hearing it. That's for sure.
Watson, what a specimen in the ring, because he was all over Gino. And this close to winning the pay-per-view title, and apparently Paula Fate knew that because she jumps in the ring with a chair and clocks him. The ref saw that one.
Yeah, of course he sees that.
Paula, we talked about it when she was on the show. Very smart, very, very good mind for wrestling. Knows that if Gino loses by disqualification, he keeps the belt. So she jumps in, catches Chris Watson with a chair, tells the timekeeper to ring the bell. Well, TJ Mundell's not happy about this, comes out and makes an announcement that moving forward, anytime Gino is in the ring defending that belt, Fate International is barred from ringside.
Which he says that he was pretty sure they already were.
Well, they were, but now if they interfere in a match, he loses the title.
He'll get stripped of the title if they interfere in any of his matches.
So no more Fate International. At least we hope. I mean, you never know with these blind referees nowadays.
Ain't that the truth? God
Darn.
You never know now. I mean, there could be plenty of interferences they just don't see.
So after that match, we get Lemigra coming out. Brian Rage Rivera not having it with Lemigra. Calls him out. And they come out with a new friend.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew Robles making his return to Squared Circle Pro with Lemigra. Comes out and just starts throwing shade on everybody and everything. And they're talking about, you know what? There's 3 of them. There's 1 of you. What are you going to do about it? Then the music hits and out walks Baby Samoa.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's not forget to mention that Matthew Robles was wearing this like super baggy fake Louis Vuitton tracksuit. It was terrible.
Yeah. So someone wasn't very impressed by his drip.
Yeah, no, it wasn't great. But Baby Samoa comes out and they're like, well, let's do this thing. And the music hits again. You know, they're talking about there's this many of us and there's 2 of you. What are you going to do about it? Music hits again, and wrestling legend Missy Hyatt makes her way to the ring.
Yeah, the Young Gravy hits, and there she is.
Yeah, it came out to Young Gravy.
That was hard.
Sick.
That was hard.
It was good. I dug it. Missy Hyatt got out there, got right in Matthew Robles' face. Says, you know, let's do this. Let's do this right now. Well, of course, he calls out Morgan Mercy. Has Morgan Mercy come out there? And
Talked about her earlier.
Yep. Well, we were cheering for her before, and then now we're not happy with her. It's the whole thing.
He's on the wrong team.
I let her know. I was like, hey, I was cheering for you earlier, but boo now.
Boo, but I was cheering earlier.
Well, this is going to turn into a match. It's going to be Lemigra and Morgan Mercy against Baby Samoa, Brian Rage Rivera, and Missy Hyatt later in the night. So we go into our women's championship match. As, of course, Gypsy Mac, the champion, against Misty Marks for the second time. Really good match. I mean, there was hair flying. There was all sorts of stuff happening in that match. Didn't end quite the way we thought it would. It ended with a double count out.
Oh yeah.
Both ladies out of the ring for the 10 count, and you'll have to throw it in the chat if you've got it. I don't remember her last name, but young lady by the name of Destiny, our first female referee for Square and Circle Pro, doing her job and doing it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One
you know, as
of the
opposed to
few.
yeah, because
One of the only ones.
JP Nitro was doing great, so he got hit in the family jewels. So then we just had
Little side note. So we're sitting there, and JP Nitro gets punched in his jewels, and Baby Bruce is like, "What did he do to deserve that? He didn't deserve it." JP Nitro's daughter comes up and is like, "That's my dad. He did deserve it."
I was dying. It was so funny. That crap was hilarious.
You never know who's going to come up there when you're watching one of these shows. It's awesome.
Holy crap! It was so funny. But yeah, the other guy, I think we pointed out 4 different times when both wrestlers were outside, and he was just.
He's not watching.
Yeah.
So it was good to see someone
good
doing
job
their job.
for doing your job.
These boys, I'm going to tell you right now, with the ref that was, if I ended up in the main event, not a fan. The boys were yelling, the boys were screaming, the boys called him names that would make his mama blush.
Yeah, we saw him come out for the main event, and that's when he got
Not
a whole
this
earful.
guy. he turned around. He was like, "What? What do you think? Have you seen the job you've been doing today? Obviously not, because you can't see."
Yeah. Can't count how many times he told him he needs to get some glasses.
This takes us into the match we were just talking about, Morgan Mercy and Lamigra against Missy Hyatt, Rage Rivera, and Baby Samoa. Let me just say, as somebody who watched Missy Hyatt in WCW and in World Class, in WWF and ECW, we got to watch Missy Hyatt take a running dive off the apron through Lamigra, and it was amazing. My eye was made watching that.
And she just got back up. I was like, she took right back up.
She took like 3 hits from one of the dudes from Lamigra. Like she was with.
And she wasn't even done after that.
Man.
Yeah, she took 3 different elbows right to the jaw.
And then
Missy
proceeded
Hyatt ain't no joke.
pieces.
Missy
She
Hyatt
wasn't
ain't no joke.
done.
We were going crazy.
Then on your least favorite man, she hit the cleanest DDT that I done seen in my whole life. I have a friend.
Stomped that man like
Yeah.
500 times.
I have a friend who does like
God.
professional amateur wrestling and MMA that goes to college with me. And I sent him the video of that. And he was like, dude, that might be the best DDT I've seen ever. I was like, that's what I'm saying.
See, I kept talking about Missy Hyatt before, in the build up to this, and y'all slept on it. Now you know. Now you know.
A walking riot.
She was her back in the day, and she's still her now.
Still hearthy.
Now I will say there was some skullduggery and charcuterie about, and
Absolutely.
Morgan Mercy and Lamigra do get the win in this one, but not before Matthew Robles takes the DDT Bruce was talking about and just gets stomped.
And we got to hear Missy's music at the end of that match, not
More young gravy.
And I love the fact that everybody in the place, Missy, all the until she went through the curtain, the whole crowd chanting Missy.
Yeah.
Morgan Mercy came out and was like, during the match, and was like, come fight me then. Missy, she came out and
Beat her down real quick.
messed her up with the good old, yeah. And then she was like, okay, I'm done, go.
And it was so funny because that, like you said, Morgan Mercy's like, I want her. That's not exactly how she said it. She used a couple of explicatives, but she's like, I want her. So Missy's like, bet. And she gets it. She tags in and just goes to waylaying, and you got Morgan Mercy in the corner going, what the hell just happened? Because she got pieced up. I mean, it
was reminiscent of BCW freaking Aaron Black. Alton Black, Aaron Black.
Oh, yeah, whenever
She put the way.
Mateo got him.
Mateo, yeah. It was just like that. It was just quick. He was done.
Well, everybody had a chance right then to catch their breath right before our main event, which, of course, we had both of these people on the show on Thursday. You had Ryan Justice.
Ryan Justice shirt too.
Yeah, we had Ryan Justice, the last Maverick of West Texas, against the one called Manders. Manders, big talk on our show. Way big talk about what he was going to do to Ryan. And there are two people in this entire world that I will never, ever, 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 ever take a chest chop from. And that's Gunther and the one called Manders. Because holy hell.
We should have taken a picture to show you guys. And by like the third chop, there was like his chest was just like, I'm not talking like slap red. It was like welts, blood. It was bad. It was like immediately bruising.
Yeah, it was an insane match. It was in the ring. It was out of the ring. There was a dive off the bar.
There was a bar spot.
I mean, it
So
was.
that gave up counting. I didn't blame him for this one. And Manders told him, like, get out here and quit counting. If Manders told me get out here and quit counting, I'm getting out there and I'm
saying,
counting.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir, boss. Don't try my chest, please.
Yeah, right.
There was a spot where Manders threw Ryan on the ground. Ryan got up, threw Manders on the ground, got up on the bar. I mean, it was crazy.
Just the bumps alone taken in that match were crazy.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's in the ring, it's out of the ring, it's at the bar. Ryan throwing Manders' arm into the ring post 4 or 5 times. I mean,
He was working that arm.
The lariat arm. Let's not forget.
What was the lariat arm? But Manders still hit that lariat several times.
Yeah, and it did not look comfy. Not one of them. Not a single time did it look comfortable.
This match, of course, ending up with our boy Ryan Justice getting the poetic justice and getting the win.
So I gotta take a formal apology now for not believing in you, Ryan. I thought we were seeing your reign come to an end because Manders was talking up a big game, and seeing all those chest chops, I was convinced. And then seeing you win, I mean, I was dumbfounded. So congratulations. I mean, that was an amazing performance.
For doubting him, lick this battery.
No.
Oh.
I do want to say probably my favorite thing about that was the end of the match. Whenever Manders turned to Ryan, whose chest is almost bleeding, raises his hand, and then Ryan turns right around and raises Manders. The sportsmanship and respect shown at the end of that match was great.
That's what you can expect from S.C.P. I mean,
so good.
Yeah, I was talking about maybe one of these matches, Gabriel Alexander, TJ Slater stealing the match, maybe Emilio Guzman stealing the match of the night. I was so wrong. I'm talking, it was like
chokehold on that thing.
It was like Bloodline Civil War level of just completely separated from the whole show. It was just a whole new level of amazing just talent.
And it was something, it was really cool to see Ryan out of his comfort zone a little bit, because Ryan hasn't really been in a lot of, fights. And he's been in a lot of matches, wrestling matches. He has wrestled, and he does a lot of it and he's very good at it, but he hasn't been in a whole lot of just knockdown, drag out fights. Yeah, just pure brawl. And he stepped up to the plate. He knocked it out the park. You know what I mean?
Like he said in the podcast with us, there's something about Manders that just brings something out in Ryan. Just this animal.
Brought out a lot of red. And that's what it brought out. I saw that happen.
And a lot of sore necks from the lariats. But we saw, I mean, as you see right here with this old signed freaking hat this guy got and that guy over there, that it was, as the heel in the match, it wasn't even put away as, oh, he overcame this obstacle. That was great. It was 2 men went crazy and had a phenomenal show. Like that's the beauty part about S.C.P is that both men were stepping up and putting out a top tier piece of entertainment. It wasn't just a storyline driven kind of thing. Like it made everyone, invested in just what either one was going to do.
It was cool to see the confidence of Manders kind of not dwindle, but he's a little cocky at first.
Yeah.
Shook.
Yeah, and he's very cocky, very talking a lot of trash, and then as Ryan kept getting up and kept fighting back, he started to quiet down a little bit, tone it down.
I'll say it's somewhat reminiscent of watching, his face watching Ryan just keep getting up was kind of reminiscent for me of Taker whenever he went against Jeff Hardy.
Yeah,
and
Man.
he's just this kid keeps getting up.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was awesome. It was a banger match. It was so good.
It was a banger show.
Yeah, from
Now,
bell to bell. I mean, it was.
You would think with everything we just went through in this show, it can't get any better than that. But after the main event, LC Mox comes out.
I wasn't even.
His music hits. He comes out to the ring. We're talking about respect. We're talking about sportsmanship. First thing LC Mox says is, everybody in this place, stand up and make some noise for Ryan Justice right now.
We stood up. We made noise. It happened.
We did, absolutely. And
It's all Ryan.
LC Mox challenging for the SCP title at the next show. It's game time. Kind of like Camino's saying in the chat, it's game time. Game time. LC Mox going against Ryan Justice. But TJ wasn't done with the night either, because he had a little bit of an announcement he wanted to make as well. That match is not going to be just the two of them. It's going to be a triple threat match. Who's the third person, you might ask? Go ahead, boys. Tell them who the third person is.
Only
Fuego.
the number one independent wrestling legend right now. The top of the top, the number one guy.
We had two people last week on the interviews tell us, like, who's the top guy? Who do you want to go for? Two people said, this man, Fuego del Sol. Oh, man.
The place just went crazy whenever TJ said Fuego del Sol was going to be there. I went crazy. I don't think I've seen you, Little Guapo, that speechless in a very long time.
Yeah, I was like, I just couldn't believe it.
Wild.
Oh man, it's so crazy. I cannot believe it.
And that's our boy Ryan stepping up with that.
That's right. We had Bruss over there. Since he learned how to talk, he ain't shut up and didn't have a word to say. He was so dumbfounded by this because
It's Fuego del Sol.
What?
It's freaking Fuego del Sol.
It is. So that match is happening. That match is happening September 16th in Lubbock at Jake's. Fuego del Sol, Game Time LC Mox, the last Maverick of West Texas, and Squared Circle Pro champion Ryan Justice. That's going to happen.
Huh?
Isn't there 2 cage matches?
No, shh.
Yeah, I'm really just, that's great. We're going to see Fuego del Sol and a cage match on the same night at Jake's Backrooms. Like, dude, what?
And hopefully we're going to see somebody decide they're going to take them damn belts away from Fate International.
Ain't that the truth?
I
I
can't.
just got to throw that out there.
Damn.
Because,
God.
Freaking egos higher than Snoop Dogg on a Saturday night. Freaking crazy.
That's pretty high.
that's pretty high.
That's pretty high.
Well, with that, I'm going to throw out my grade for the show, Headlocks and Heatwaves. I'm giving it S+. If y'all didn't hear at our a couple podcasts ago, I talked about, matches of Hall of Fame matches. One that I put up there was Bloodline Civil War. And like I said, that main event felt almost exactly like it. Like it was, and that's just one match. That is one match. I'm talking like the entire card was either just shy or at the same level of that. I mean, it was freaking
Bangers.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
S+.
Yeah. Well, I am going to give it an S++ because I think it was better than he thinks it was.
And me,
Yeah.
I am going to give it.
And that's all, folks.
yeah.
It is.
And we're
You know,
done.
No, in all honesty, I mean, it was a great show. We're going to give it a real high rating. We're going to give it the S plus in parentheses plus. So, I mean, you don't get much higher than that.
Yeah.
S plus times.
Because, it's like 0 times 0. It equals,
PEMDAS.
it's 0 in PEMDAS. You said A plus. So.
No, I put the
Well, basically, you just said it's up.
Exponentially better than the last show we went to.
You obviously don't know how to. You don't know how to grade math. Apparently, it's very obvious.
Yeah, it's golf rules. You didn't know that?
I'm a podcast talk show host. I don't do math. I just throw that out there.
We can tell.
All these jokes aside, guys, he's not lying. It's just every show we've been to for SCP, it's just a huge step up. And with Fuego and a cage match coming, I mean, it's another huge step before it's even started.
Well, and I said this in the last podcast, that if you took those shows, or you took this show, you took any match from this show and took it to Amarillo or took it to Albuquerque or took it to somewhere else, every match on this card is main event status.
You're taking Manders and Ryan, and that's like AEW, like on screen, like Raw level.
You're right, Mikey.
God, that was funny.
Man, good
That
stuff.
was funny.
That was good stuff. Holy moly!
Jeez.
All right, so we're coming up on that 9:30 mark, so let's get them final thoughts in.
Banger weekend. I mean, if you are not in the independent scene, you are missing out. It's literally, everybody in Lubbock, it is there in your backyard. $10 to get in.
In your
You
bedroom.
go to Leveland, and that's like your neighbor's backyard. Go watch BCW. It's just you are missing out, not taking advantage of the proximity of these, independent promotions.
Stars, man.
Yeah.
And it's a steal. $10 to watch 4 hours of high class wrestling. Like, I don't know. We're 2 hours away here in Canyon, Texas, and we have zero qualms about making that drive.
Yeah.
Because it is such a worth it thing. Like, oh man, I'm telling you guys, if you just got some free time on September 16th and you're like, man, or you have some things scheduled, but you're like, I can work around this. Just go be like, hey, we're going to go to Jake's back rooms and go watch this. As Mike's saying, on September 9th, go to Leveland, go make that drive, and it'll be a first responder appreciation show. That's freaking amazing. So not only are you getting a good cause, we're going to have probably a promo or two about it, just like calling them out, saying how awesome they are. You're also going to get freaking amazing wrestling. Like, I'm telling you guys, you're missing out if you're not looking at the independent scene.
And mainstream as well. Mainstream is doing great.
They are. And looking at BCW's Rise to Live show on September 9th, I mean, already we know. I mean, there's going to be all sorts of matches announced between now and then, but we already know that we're going to get Gabriel Alexander against Jeb Bingham for the BCW West Texas Championship. That is going to be a banger of a match all by itself.
We're going to hopefully see this guy in a whole new light there. So I'm excited.
I am too. And as far as my final thought, it's been a great weekend. Like Little Guapo said, it was awesome to see all the matches that we got to see, and just one hell of a show. And we had a little thing going on with Fate International, but professionals. Remember, we're professionals. So
professionally, those guys. I mean,
that's not to say that I wouldn't invite them to the podcast to come and say it to our face, but just throwing that out there. Want to thank everybody that's in the chat today. Want to thank all the followers we got tonight. Next week, SummerSlam predictions. We're going to have some special guests on the show. Make sure you tune in.
Thank you to our last 4 followers today.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys. You're doing a lot of help. Everyone that's here right now, I'm pretty sure you guys are all followers, so we don't have any new people right now at this point. But I appreciate. Well, I mean, we do have some new people chilling in here, but they just followed, so I appreciate you guys. Like, I want to take this time. I enjoy talking about wrestling. I know he does. I know he does. We talk about it all the time just by ourselves. And this has given us like an avenue that is something completely different. Like, I just really love getting to interact with you guys who are invested in what we're talking about, that make jokes like freaking Mike did. That it is so fun. Because, I mean, it's not worth it, you know. I can sit and talk about wrestling all day. We can get freaking pop figures all day. But it doesn't matter if we're just sharing it between us. I mean, if being able to share this, being able to go out and watch these independent shows, get into, you know, chop it up with freaking Jeb and Ryan, getting to have a little feud with Fate International. I mean, we wouldn't have that opportunity. Granted, I'm not happy about it. Kind of want to, you know, get some pow-pows for them. So someone get on that. Someone tell someone at SCP to get on that. But we wouldn't have that opportunity without you guys. So I really appreciate you guys.
We do thank everybody for every opportunity we're given with this, and we're glad that you have chosen to go with us on this journey. Want to thank the guy for everything he does on this and that new intro, absolute fire.
Dude, the intro, gas.
Fire.
Gotta say, we better see some of this up in that intro. All I'm saying, we need a little bit of it. All I'm saying, we just need it.
Mike is just glad it wasn't a wedding this time. I also want to tell everybody that's listening, take a moment, go to our actual Twitch channel and check out the panels we have there. We have panels where you can get to all of our socials, and I can guarantee you that dance is going to be on those socials. So if you missed out on that, yeah, go check that out.
It will be.
If you want to help the show out, we've got a donations panel there as well. I mean, there's everything you could do for the show, whether it's socials, donations, anything, sending us a message saying, hey, you guys are rocking, or hey, y'all go beat Fate International, whatever you want to do, make sure you check out our panels. That's going to do it for us tonight. Before we go, I got to say thank you to my boys. Thanks for going on this trip with me. This is so much fun. Plus the dance.
Thank you. Honestly, big, huge ups. Big thank you to J-Reb. Thank you for meeting our goal, man.
Yeah, J-Reb, appreciate
and everyone subscribe. J-Reb with all them gifteds. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do a tag team dance. Bingo. Bam.
There it is. 20 tag team. It's just locked in. The Russell Muscle interim name. It's gonna happen.
The Russell Muscle Tag Team Dance. He said that live on air. You heard it. You all heard it. He said that live on air. Again, thank you to everybody that's watching. Thank you to everybody that joins us every week. That's going to do it for us tonight. We will see you next Thursday right here on Twitch. Until then, we are not your average marks. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
God.